Am I the a-hole for saying that I can't do my chores in December and following through? I, female 30, run a small online business from home. November and December are my busiest time of the year when I make a lot of money that allows me to work less during the year. I've been doing this since I was 25, so I got a decent idea of what I can and cannot do. And focusing on work only for 1 to 2 months is a sacrifice I'm willing to make for a chill rest of the year. This year, I've moved in with my boyfriend, male 35. Well, technically, he moved in with me because I own the house, so it was a no-brainer for him to move in with me. We split the chores half and half. He works full-time, about 40 hours a week. When he moved in, I had a talk with him, letting him know that I can't do chores November and December, and asked if he could pick up the slack because I'm physically unable to do any chores, as I can be working anything between 12 to 18 hours a day. I took a full January off to decompress. He said he doubted I worked that much, but we will see. I asked again in September and October to make sure he was aware that I won't be doing anything. I meal prepped in advance, and I felt he kind of dismissed me. Mid-November, we had an argument about my chores not being done, and I reminded him of what I told him. He said that he thought I wasn't being serious and told me there's no way he'd do 100% of the chores because he's working too. I said, fine, don't do my chores. They can wait until I have time. That's how it was when I lived alone, no problem. Don't make much of a mess anyway. He wasn't happy but dropped it. We haven't seen each other much either because I've been working so much, but he's been more and more pissed off and blew up at me regarding the chores. He said I had to have a better work-life balance and to grow up because the house was a mess. I told him if it was a mess, it was his fault because I barely leave my office. He called me a lazy B-word. I told him K didn't have time for arguing and went back to working. He stood in the front of my locked office door, shouting how he couldn't believe I was being serious about not doing chores, and it was an a-hole move to leave it all to him. He thinks I'm a major a-hole for basically disappearing for 2 months and following through with not doing my chores. Am I really the a-hole for saying I won't do chores and following through?
That was a lot. That was a ride.
Yeah.
Did she say she wasn't going to do any chores November and December?
Yes.
I feel like I have two different minds about this because I don't think she is the a-hole for communicating that she's not going to be able to do what she needs, right?
Mm-hmm.
For communicating her needs that time. Although I do think she is expecting too much from him. Like, I need you to do everything by yourself for 2 months.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's not fair. Because now he's picking up after 2 people. So you should have just said, like, hey, it's not that I'm not going to do anything. It's just I'm going to be very busy for these 2 months. So I'm not going to be able to do as much.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just say, hey, I need you to do everything around here for 2 months straight. And I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Good. Bye. I said what I said. This is my house and you live in it. Like, yeah. I feel like she went about it all wrong.
Yeah. It's good that she kind of gave him a heads up months prior, but also...
He did not react the right way.
Yeah, I was going to say, his reaction was awful.
Yeah, lazy.
I would break up on the spot. I would kick him out of my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would do. No one should ever be talked to that way. And he also handled it very badly. Yeah, maybe there was flaws in the relationship before you moved in, and...
Well, it sounds like it because she said, he moved into my house. So
yeah.
It doesn't even feel like she feels a full partnership here.
I mean, she probably wrote this when she was like, after all of that, so she was probably like, technically, This is my house, so I can do whatever I want.
True. When you're on Reddit, you're heated. I know I'm saying everyone sucks for a lot of these, but truly for this one, everyone sucks. Like, I get you're prioritizing work, and I understand why, because that is those are your breadwinning months. So I would too. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't say I'm doing absolutely zero. Like, you mean nothing to me these 2 months.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be my butler for these 2 months. I feel like that's how he took it. So that's why he reacted so negatively.
Yeah, and I think she's probably, like, still used to living alone.
Yeah.
So she hasn't really gotten used to, like, this is kind of a shared space here. So I can't just leave it, like, unkempt or, like, kind of put it off for 2 months. You know, I feel like their relationship is very, I don't know, just that his wording was really bad.
Yeah.
Like, I understand she was kind of like, oh, you're in the wrong for, like, expecting me to do all this. I'm not just gonna do it because you're busy. But his reaction was a very, like, yeah, that is, you know, grounds for breaking up, I think.
I feel like both of them, though. I feel like both of them are on even grounds for disrespecting each other. Mm-hmm. Because neither is worse than the other, to me, in my book. Like, you really thought so low of me for me to just pick up after you for 2 whole months straight. Like,
yeah, that is really kind of a slap in the face. Like, I only let you move in here to be my maid.
Yeah. And I don't know. I just think if they actually, I don't know how long they've been together.
Yeah, maybe they moved too fast. You jumped into moving in stage a bit too soon without kind of setting 30, your expectations.
35 and 30.
Yeah, he is 35 and she's 30.
But she didn't say how long they've been together.
I don't know.
Either way, I would have to think, like, probably couples counseling if it's worth staying with this person. But I don't know. There's got to be a better solution than you pick up after me for 2 months straight.
Yeah,
that's not really a good solution.
Yeah, and I'm like, even if you I mean, I get people do get busy, and even after you're working all that, you don't have the energy to really clean.
Mm-hmm. I want to see what everybody thinks on this.
Yeah, they're saying not the a-hole here.
I feel like they're saying that solely because of the boyfriend's reaction.
Yeah, because this is not the a-hole. Someone who called me a lazy bee in my house wouldn't be living with it much longer.
Thing and snap. Reddit is like tunnel vision. Yes, go ahead. Read the comments. I'm sorry.
But I kind of get it, though. Because, yeah, I wouldn't take that either. Like, but also I wouldn't tell someone to clean after me for 2 months straight.
His comment doesn't erase the fact that what she did or was demanding from him. That's why everybody sucks.
That dude would be waking up tomorrow with an official eviction notice.
Oh, God. He huffed and he puffed. An eviction notice.
Yeah, I think, they just didn't like his reaction. And then someone else put, you'll have time for chores if I destroy your livelihood. And they put, that just sounds like 2 high school students are roommates and one doesn't understand what busy season means. No offense to OP.
Yeah, I get it. I get that he doesn't understand. Well,
I mean, he said, I doubt that you work that much.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm like, in this case scenario, if I were her, I would just go back to living alone. Like, goodbye.
I think I'm just thinking like a therapist.
like, let's work through it first.
Yes, because, like, you know how in an argument, you always are trying to one-up the other?
Yeah.
With who can be the most hurtful. Mm-hmm. Because he felt hurt, then now he's trying to hurt her with, like, well, I doubt you're even working that much. Like, I doubt, like...
No, well, he said this before. Like, he said...
No, but, like, I'm saying, if I told you, you need to pick up after me for 2 months straight, that's gonna be... And I'm like, what? I'm going to be hurt by that. So now I'm going to be like, well, I doubt you're even working that much. I doubt you're even going to be working for that long for me to have to pick up after you.
That is true.
So it might sound like I'm disrespecting or discrediting your work, but it's just a reaction to what you're demanding of me.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that she isn't, like, scot-free at all, because, like, yeah, you can't really expect that from somebody, and also, even though you did give him a warning, or a notice
Yeah.
beforehand, it's still not okay to place that expectation on someone.
And I want to be clear, I'm not defending the boyfriend. He is also the a-hole. But I'm saying they're both a-holes. That's what I'm saying.
Every story, they're both.
Yes,
Both of you are wrong.
Had they just communicated this better, nobody would have blown up. He's still an a-hole. She's still an a-hole. Wow.
I think he's more of a a-hole than her, even though, yeah.
I think they're both on equal ground. Because, like, again, if my boyfriend was demanding me, again, if the roles were reversed, a man was demanding a woman, you need to clean. I'm busy for work, obviously. So you need to clean up after me for 2 months straight. I'm not doing anything. I feel like everybody would be more offended because, how dare he? Because you're a woman, you have to, like, I feel like everybody would be more offended. And if she cussed at him
and called him a lazy bitch,
some equivalent to that, yeah. It wouldn't be as a big of a reaction.
I guess so. Yeah, there's some differences there based on how the reaction would be, male or female. But yeah, I guess in that case, yeah, they kind of are the same level of a-hole.
Yeah. Everyone sucks.
Oh my God.
I'm holding to this. Everyone sucks.